health classes, and that information isn't disseminated by doctors. And because the number of women who come to us with the goal of getting pregnant, but then in talking to them, they've been suffering since they were teenagers, you know, and I did too, for sure. Before I had terrible cycles.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, I mean, it is a really common thing. And
I swear I would like walk around with like a loudspeaker now, because I just think it's so unfortunate that as women, we're not told any of this stuff, you know. And
I'll buy you the megaphone. I'll buy you the megaphone.
I know, totally.
I'm all for it.
I can imagine how you feel, because becoming more and more aware of it, it's just like, it blows your mind that we're not given any of this information, really. So I'm thankful for you both. And, you know, anyone out there who's trying to make women, everyone aware of this kind of thing, because it's so sad that this is the minority, you know, and then really it's usually just medical kind of treatment that is what anyone knows about. So
yeah. And a lot of times, even, you know, those who are fortunate and get pregnant through medical treatment, it doesn't deal with the underlying stuff. So you still have the miserable cycles. You still have like all of those things that you deal with the rest of your life. And that turns into miserable menopause, right? Because it's all hormone related. And it turns into weight gain and all of the things.
Yeah. And when you just said it doesn't end, I'm like, yeah, I'm already thinking like post baby, having given birth, post meal. That's going to be a whole other step to kind of, you know, make sure everything's running well. So,
well, and talking about hormone balance, obviously during pregnancy, like you obviously prepared your body. You successfully got pregnant, but what has your pregnancy been like? Because I feel like that is just a phenomenal testament to like the work you've done and how balanced your hormones are.
Yeah. And it's funny because you and I just talked about this briefly before, and I didn't say this, but I think I still don't want to give myself credit for all the work I did, you know, and my mom will remind me.
I'll give you credit.
Yeah. And she'll say like, Victoria, and that's how I feel talking to you, is I'm like, you're the one I can really celebrate with. Cause you know, you don't want to go on and on to friends or random people saying like, I'm so proud of myself, but my pregnancy has been a breeze. And again, I don't know, maybe I thought like I'm older, this is probably going to be the worst, or I'll struggle so much. I didn't have any morning sickness. I had like the easiest, breeziest first trimester. I mean, I was saying you read from other women on blogs and this and that, like how horrible their first trimester is. And I think, you know, some of it's probably luck of the draw, but again,
for
like,
sure.
My body was in a very good place. And so I like to think there's probably a reason that I, you know, maybe didn't suffer a lot of the stuff you can. And and then of course your second trimester is a lovely place to be. And
it's the best.
Yes. I was saying that I want to promote pregnancy as a lifestyle. I mean, that's maybe a bit odd. People shouldn't just be pregnant constantly. But I'm like, I feel better than I ever have in my life. So it's been wonderful and just so great to feel this good and to be, I mean, I'm 23 weeks now and just feel great. So yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking just before this, how both of us, if would promote pregnancy, like I always used to tell my husband, because I felt so good, like you did, like a lot of things I felt better than when I wasn't pregnant. And I told my husband, if it didn't mean like we had to feed and house and take care of so many kids, like I would just keep getting pregnant. Right? But then you realize how much work they really are.
I was like, I might have had 10 kids if I didn't start this late in life. So
yeah. And my first when I was 36, and my second, my daughter came on my 39th birthday. So at that point I was like, I'm tired. Like I suffered 12 years of infertility before this. I finally got these, like, I'm tired, but if I could be pregnant constantly, I would totally do that.
And people don't often say, like, it's funny. I've spoken to a lot of friends and they've said the same thing. They felt really good, but you don't hear it that much. So I was like, is it just me? But you know, it's a good thing for a lot of people.
Well, that's awesome. So I think to wrap up, I would love if you would just share either a piece of advice that you would give to your old self before you kind of made all the changes you did the fertile method and got pregnant, or even a piece of advice that you would give to our ladies, knowing so many of them are in the same position you were in back then? What would that piece of advice be?
So I think two things. One would be not to wait. I mean, you know, you and I discussed, it's like everyone's on their path. So you will come to the place of realizing, you know, when you want to sign up for this or take those steps when you do. You can't force that. But I think going back to the thing of like, I'll wait till I've miscarried. I'll wait till I've tried this long. I'll wait till, and then I'll seek help. It's do it before, you know, if you've decided this is what you want. And again, not just for avoiding those difficulties, but because you want to put your body in the best position you can, go down this road. Like, you know, who in life doesn't want to go down the road of natural health and healing and way of living, as opposed to kind of seeking medical care? So I learned so much from this. And whether you're someone like me who thought they knew a lot, or you don't know anything about it, like, my goodness, I can only imagine for people who don't know about like whole food eating, et cetera, the amount that you would gain, you know, coming into this program. Because I mean, I gained so much. And again, I'll just keep repeating how much I thought I knew. So yeah, that would be what I would say. And then what was your other question? You said I had the answer.
Just kind of, biggest piece of advice. Yeah. Just
my age, you know, I think, again, I said there was a lot of encouraging info out there saying that you can still get pregnant 40 plus, but there's so much out there saying how difficult that will be. So I think just encouraging people that it can happen. I mean, I swear till the end of my life, I'll be so proud to say that I had a natural pregnancy at age 41. Because I think you know, it happens now. And a lot of women get pregnant in their 40s, but I think a lot have to seek out, you know, ways of helping that to occur. You know, for me, it's like this banner of feeling proud that I actually had it happen. So, and I was saying to you, Kia, before, that's what I wanted. I was, for whatever reason, so determined to try to make that happen. So the fact that like my dream came true of having it happen is all I could ask for. So, you know, I look at you guys and say, I'm just so thankful. I'll never forget joining it, because that's how I will always, it's what I tell people now. It's like, that's what I did in order to make it happen. So
I love that. But you did the work. So you need to start giving yourself a lot of that credit too. Because we supported you. We gave you what you needed, but you did the hard work and you did a phenomenal job with it. And
you guys say that, right? Like, it's like, you know, I remember asking that question. Of course you want to know success rate and stuff. And it's like, well, you're in a computer. You're not there holding our hands. It's like, you can give the info, and then it's how much people want to put into it. And so, like anything in life, if you're really going to delve into it and do your best. But I also like you guys always say, like, nothing's like cut and, oh, I had a piece of cheese today, now I won't get pregnant. You know, you're very clear about saying, look, try your best. These are the guidelines, go about them as best you can. And so that's what I tried to do. And I too knew, like, you know, look, oh, I wasn't perfect at this today or that tomorrow. It's going to be fine. But I think I really took it on and wanted to like glean as much from you as possible. So yeah. My favorite saying is progress, not perfection.
And that's what matters. It's the little steps. It's always, you know, reaching to do the little steps and adding them every day the best you can. That's what gets you there. There's no one thing that's going to make or break your fertility, right? It's all the little things that add up over time.
That's it. And I still think of you guys using certain things and all the little habits you do daily.
I love it.
It becomes a part of your life. So
we have wormed into your mind forever. I love it. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here, and all of you out there that are watching. If Victoria's story resonates with you, we would love to hear kind of what your biggest takeaway from her story and all of the wonderful information she shared with you. Is there something that you're going to start doing or something she inspired you with? We would love to hear where you're at and your thoughts. So you can go ahead and leave those for us in the comments. And again, Victoria, you have been amazing. I appreciate you coming on so much. We have absolutely loved working with you, and we cannot wait to see pictures of that adorable baby.
Me too.
I bet you can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on. I was excited to share all this. I was saying at the beginning, when you're passionate about something, you've had success, it's like you just want to, the megaphone, you want to send it out loud. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you doing it because we know that you'll be such an inspiration for so many other women that are at the front end of this journey.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And I remember all being in that position, so I hope it's of help.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's something that never leaves you. Like, you remember what that feels like forever. So
for sure. Yeah. And I was saying, I'll say this quickly, I was in Florida last year at the time, and I'm back. So it's nice to be here again, kind of looking back at where I was then, you know, and kind of some of the struggles. So it's pretty awesome to be back here again now in this exciting place. So yeah. Brings it full circle.
So much more excitement to come, right?
Yeah, very much.
Yes. So stay tuned for all of that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And we wish you the most phenomenal rest of your pregnancy. And we'll be really excited to hear all of the stories and see pictures when your little one decides to join the world.
Yes.
So, yeah. Awesome.
In May. Hopefully end of May.
Yay. That's awesome. Okay.
Thanks,
yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.